redid our kitchen, making all the cabinets white, and 2 years has passed, and I think it's time to clean the kitchen cabinets. Well, at least the ones that's directly above my microwave stove area. If I can see real closely here, you can see some of the grease film that's starting to catch on the side angle a little bit so you can see it. Again, here's our stove and microwave oven. Above that is where most of the grease has accumulated. As you move away from the stove area, just a matter of just some touch-up cleaning that's needed on the cabinets. The bottom cabinets are fine, so we're not going to do anything with those today, but really concentrate on this area here. Now let me show you some of the products that we're going to look at. Doing a little bit of research prior to this project, we looked on YouTube and saw various people trying to clean things and whether they had success or not. Our main issue here is that since our cabinets are white and they're not stained, we just want to make sure we don't start to erode the protective clear coat that's on the cabinets, followed by the base paint, and start to dissolve that. So these are the products we're going to look at. I guess you can call this a shootout. We're going to look at Murphy's oil soap, followed by some Crud Killer kitchen degreaser, some Oxygen Orange, and we're going to try something a little bit different here. We're going to try the old hand goop pumice to see if that works. That really works real good on hands as far as getting rid of grease. And again, we're just concerned if this doesn't start to lift the finish on the cabinet. So we're just going to do a test spot on each one of these and do a comparison and see which one actually cleans the best with the minimal byproduct damage to the cabinets. And also, since everyone talks about the multi-uses of WD-40, we're going to try this as well. So we're kind of going to do this in, I'm guessing, 3 steps. The first step is to have a shootout among the cleaners. The second step is going to be using a detergent, a mild detergent water solution like Dawn. That's the second step. The third step is, once we do this, have this pretty much neutral, we're going to come back and try to restore our cabinets smoothness and polish appearance by using a typical automotive Showtime detailing cleanser as a light application to restore some of the polish to the cabinets. And all of this we're going to try to start off by using these typical rag boxes that you find at your local hardware or big box store, which are disposable, and see if we can use this instead of a rag that we're going to have to rinse out all continuously. So let's get started and let's see how this turns out. After using the Murphy oil, it's still like a residue, it's still sticky. So initial conclusion is this Murphy oil soap I don't really like. It's about the Krug cutter did pretty well. It removed the surface oil, grease, and after drying it slightly, it didn't have a sticky residue to the surface. So the Krug cutter is doing pretty good. So let's continue. The Awesome cleaned okay, but it had a residual, didn't clean completely the grease. Afterwards, you pat dry, it still feels a little greasy, sticky. But then going back to the Krug cutter, no feel of stickiness here. The Murphy oil is really sticky, extremely sticky. So right now, between the three of them, the Awesome Oxygen Orange, Krug cutter, and Murphy oil soap, I'm leaning right now towards the Krug cutter. WD-40 cleaned pretty well. Again, it's not as sticky as the Awesome, and it's definitely not as sticky as the Murphy after cleaning. It's comparable really to this Krug cutter. I kind of feel like the Krug cutter might be doing a better job than the WD-40. And just keeping in mind also that WD-40 is a lubricant, so it's a little slippery, but I don't feel any tackiness, same as with the Krug cutter, which is really designed for grease, household grease, where WD-40 is sort of like an all-purpose automotive type of cleanser. So between the WD-40 and the Krug cutter, I'm sort of at a 50-50 tie right now, with a little bit leaning slightly towards the Krug cutter. So let's try the goop and see what that does. The goop did pretty good. No, a real slight stickiness, but it could be just because it hasn't dried good, but nothing to really be concerned about. So far, I would say the worst one that's not working is the Murphy oil. That's really sticky. The Krug cutter is doing good. Awesome is moderate. WD-40 is good, but surprisingly the goop is doing very well also. So I'm sort of leaning right now between the goop and the Krug cutter. So the last one is the Dawn. Just diluted with water, and that's it. And again, remember, this is for my kitchen. My kitchen is the cabinet's about 2 years old. It has a white paint finish with a clear coat on top of the white paint. And 2 years old, and compared to yours, which might be a stain with some form of clear coat, and how old it is and how much crud has been accumulated is a factor. So my opinion is just based on a 2-year-old cabinet, white kitchen cabinet. The Dawn has a slight stickiness to it. So it cleaned, but it didn't clean perfectly. So let's look at the Dawn here. No stickiness there. The goop is good. No stickiness whatsoever. The WD-40 is okay, considering it's more for an automotive application. It's a very, very slight stickiness here. The Awesome has a stickiness to it. Again, the Crud Cutter, K-U-T-T-E-R, I misspelled it, is very good, and the Murphy is the worst. I think in order of performance, I would go with the Crud Cutter, followed by the WD-40. Awesome Oxygen Orange, the Goop, the Dawn, and Murphy Oil being last. The Murphy Oil had after cleaning, one application of cleaning, it still had the most stickiest surface afterwards. The Dawn did pretty well for cleaning, but I guess with the soap it basically dulled the finish, the same as with the Orange Goop. I did not notice any scratching of the surface with the Palmas, but it wasn't as shiny as the others. The Awesome Orange did good, had a nice sheen to it afterwards, minimal stickiness for first application. The same thing with the WD-40, it had a shine, and I'm not sure if that's coming from the oil factor in the WD-40. It did not do too much of a detriment to the shininess of the finish. And the Crud Cutter did the best. It did not have a stickiness, residual oil on the cabinets, and it also left a sheen to the cabinets. So in order, again, only thing with the WD-40 is, I guess using it, and if it's more flammable than the Crud Cutter, that would be the issue with the WD-40s. So now we're going to continue this, cleaning everything with the Crud Cutter, and then come by slight application of the Mother's Showroom detail and finish, just to put a little bit of consistent shine throughout all the cabinets. So I hope this was of benefit to you.